Hello and welcome back to Rue's Life here in glorious Snowdonia. So I'm here for another solo camping trip, but this time I've got my tent up. If you've seen my last solo camping trip, it didn't quite go to plan, but I still had a fabulous time. So I'm all set up. I'm actually in a t-shirt. The sun was glorious when I got here, and of course I've been lugging things back and forth and getting the tent up and getting all my gear set up so I can have a really relaxing break. And I've literally just put my mocha pot on. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and while that is brewing, I will show you the amazing place that I've chosen to camp. I think there's just one camper van up there, and I've got this entire area to myself. So if I look behind the tent, I've deliberately pitched with this wall for some shelter, but look at those mountains. And I'm just going to spin you all the way around. I'm quite close to the toilet blocks, it's really easy to get to, and there is a water point just there. That's the farmhouse. This is a working farm where I checked in, and they're really friendly, could not be more helpful. So yeah, toilets and shower block just behind me. Beautiful hills and the most delightful lake. So this is Llanau Mumbir, and if you remember, I swum here before when I did a walk. We did a river and we actually swam right at the other end over there, but I can actually access, if I turn you around some more, look at those mountains. So if I walk down towards where this little house is, I haven't been yet, but I asked at the farmhouse, there's a footpath that will take me down to the lake, and I can swim, I can paddleboard, I could have a picnic. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee and then I'm going to go exploring. Hang on, just past 6 o'clock in the evening. It's dark outside, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I sat out for quite a long time by the fire and I used my headlamp hat to read. But I've just popped in because the temperature's dropping and I don't want to get my core cold, because then I'm going to be really cold at night. So I've come in for a bit. I'm going to read. I haven't had any tea yet. I'm not really very hungry, but I should eat something before bedtime. And of course, when you come camping through the autumn and winter months, it does get dark that wee bit quicker, but I've got all the bits and pieces that I need, so I can pop out later and cook something. But what I have got, bear with me, is this fabulous little heater which goes onto my stove. Now it's only to be used in a well ventilated area, which this is. If you look, you can, I don't know if you can see actually because the light's not very good, but I've got it in the porch. If I pull this back, you might be able to see. So I'm in the tent and I've got that in the porch, but there's loads of ventilation around. And I'm only going to have it on for 20 minutes maybe, just to warm the tent through, and then I'll switch that off. But really good investment, and it's certainly warming the tent up. And I've also got my feet on a hot water bottle. So it is, hang on, I should have looked before I switched the camera on. It's just coming up for 10 to 12. I had the best night's sleep. I cooked myself some tea, and then I got everything sorted. I left the pots till this morning, snuggled down, and I honestly had the best night's sleep. I'm just going to spin you around because look at where I am. So I've just walked down from, I don't know if you can really see, that way. It didn't take very long, 5 minutes,
I've got my paddleboard with me, and I'll flip the camera around. So yeah, I got up slowly this morning and went back to bed with a cup of tea and read. Then I fell back to sleep. Just exactly what I needed. So I took it leisurely, had some breakfast. Just been pootling about really. So I've just tidied up camp. I've been and washed last night's dishes and this morning's breakfast dishes, and I've got changed, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the next couple of hours. So up there, that's the toilet block. So that just behind that tree is my tent, and I've just walked down this way through a gate and along a little path, and the only difficult bit was just getting my paddleboard, and it was hardly difficult, but I just had to get it down this little step onto this lovely little beach. Now obviously if the river was running really fast, or I knew there was a lot of rain on the way, I wouldn't be putting my kit here because it would wash away. But once I've got my board set up, I just think it's a nice little hidey place. So there'll only be my baggage because my dry bag will be with me. But this river, and I need to find out what the name of this river is. If I find out, I'll pop it up in the, just, you know, as a little flash card. But yeah, so there's a river here, and I thought this would be a really good access point. I came and had a little recce yesterday in the afternoon, so I can get my paddleboard in here, and then I can paddle down the river and out into the lake. Because it's only 6:15 in the morning. My glasses are actually steaming up because it's so cold, but it's beautiful. It was -1 last night, and there's ice on the outside of the tent, and I've just had the best night's sleep ever. So let me show you around. Look at that view. So I've had to light the fire to get my kettle going, because the camp stove just won't work. The gas isn't great in cold conditions because it gets thick. So I can't get the stove to go this morning. So I've popped the kettle on the fire so I can have a cup of tea. But just look, it's spectacular. But look at this. This is ice. It's actually ice. And the kettle is boiling. What a glorious day. So it's 9 o'clock. I've had a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. I've filled a hot water bottle and a flask, and I've decided that this would be a really nice place for a dip this morning. I'm not going to be in for long because it's still really cold. I'll show you around. It's absolutely beautiful, but I couldn't leave without getting in the water. Look at this. It's just delightful, and this is a really nice safe entry point because it's shallow, but it does get quite deep over there, so I can have a proper dip. But isn't it just stunning? So again, my tent's just up there, so it's just a short walk down here. and the ground is frosty. I say it was -1 in the night last night. I think it's about 1 degree at the moment. So I've got some snacks. I've got my flask. I've got a hot water bottle, which I've wrapped some of my clothes around so that when I get out I can be toasty warm. Well, that was absolutely wonderful. I feel so alive. So I'm just going to sit. I've been having my breakfast. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to pootle back up to my tent and I'm going to start packing up. I need to be off the site by 12 o'clock. It must be gone 10 o'clock by now, 10:30, something like that. It won't take me long to pack up. And then I'm going to enjoy the day and see where it takes me. I may have another swim somewhere. I have got another wetsuit with me. I might just have a paddle. I might go for a walk. I've got my paddleboard. So I could have another paddleboard. I'm just going to see where the day takes me. Now, I haven't filmed a huge amount and I'm going to not film much more now. If you want to see more of this little mini break, I've had 3 days it'll be in total and 2 nights here. There's loads on my pages, so Instagram and Facebook. The links are in the description if you want to see a little bit more. But I deliberately, they're more photographs. I just wanted to take it steady. This is also a quiet campsite, and you know, people are here just to chill. And sometimes it's nice to just switch off and unwind, but I wanted to share some of it with you. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys have been getting up to. Take care, and I'll see you all again really soon.